You are good enough as you are. You are enough. Hello! My hair's a mess. I've got my cozy blanket. I just felt quite inspired by this topic, so I was like, I'll do the video. I've seen recently a few videos about upgrading yourself, and I guess that's because it is this time of year where people are making resolutions and looking at what they want to achieve, and I can understand that. But the idea of upgrading yourself, just something about the language concerns me, and it made me really uncomfortable for some reason. So in this video, I want to reassure you that you are good enough as you are and you don't need an upgrade. I'm not talking about those videos that are about upgrading your life, because I think there is value in that. I'm talking specifically about the ones that talk about upgrading you as a person. It doesn't really speak to me, and I wondered if there were other people who it didn't speak to. Let's talk about the language of this upgrading. So to me, the idea of upgrading yourself, I mean, it's got connotations of a piece of machinery. You upgrade your phone, you upgrade your laptop, you upgrade, I don't know, your fridge. It's reminiscent of pieces of technology. It's not really what I would use to describe myself. That makes me a bit uncomfortable. I can kind of get why this is a thing, because if you are focused on something, let's say you're focused on losing weight, that's quite a common goal that people have at this time of year. Lose weight, change their body in some way. Then technically, I guess you are upgrading, you are changing something, you're hoping to improve on your body, your fitness, your shape. So I guess that is technically upgrading, but I think maybe the reason that the language of upgrading yourself makes me so uncomfortable is that I think it's rooted in dissatisfaction, a more kind of mindset where success or something better is just out of reach, it's just intangible, it's just one step away, you're nearly there. That kind of mindset is what I think is fostered when people talk about upgrading yourself. To me, this kind of mindset would make me live more in the future and in my goals as opposed to living in reality. Let me explain, because you're probably like, but I have goals and I want to reach them. And yes, I agree, I have goals as well that I want to get to. But the issue with the whole upgrade yourself mindset is that it is rooted in dissatisfaction with where you are now. To me, this isn't conducive to going after your dreams. I don't know about anyone else, but I cannot motivate myself from a place of lack, from focusing on what I don't have, or by treating myself like a piece of machinery that needs to be upgraded. For me, achieving my goals starts with being in the present moment, and it starts with gratitude. And that is starting from an abundance mindset, a mindset of, wow, I am so lucky to have what I have now. I'm grateful for this thing, I'm grateful for this. Very aware of all the opportunities I have, the things I have, I'm grateful, thank you. Universe, God, whatever you want to say. Thank you, I'm feeling grateful. But I also want more, as opposed to coming from a scarcity mindset of, help, I need an upgrade, I'm not good enough as I am. Because I'm guessing we all have things that we want to work on, but you need to start from a position of love and a position of, I am good enough as I am. And you are! And if you don't believe it yet, it's still true, and I'll believe it for you. And it will come, you will eventually believe this. You are good enough as you are. You are enough. Here, I think affirmations can be so helpful. I didn't used to believe in them, but it's really helped me just to take even a simple phrase like, I am enough, and repeat that to myself throughout a tough day. It's been unbelievably helpful. You are enough. You are right where you need to be. Your flaws and anything that you think needs upgrading, these are beautiful and valid parts of you. I don't want this to sound like platitudes. I want you to really feel this. You have a unique perspective. You are a whole collection of experiences, and you're a reflection of everyone that you've met in your life and all of these people that have had an impact on you. That's amazing. You are absolutely good enough as you are. You don't need upgrading. But if you do want to make changes in your life, you deserve to have those changes. I would just encourage you to view it from an abundance mindset rather than a scarcity mindset. So not from a position of lack, as we've said. Instead, from a place of abundance. Look at all I have, I'm grateful for all of this, but I'd also like some more. So if you want to go after your goals, you want an upgrade, I hope I'm helping you reframe that and realize that you are perfect as you are, but you can also go after your goals. And if that's what you decide you want to do, you need to learn to be delusional. I can't start from a place of, I need to upgrade myself, because to me it feels impersonal, and it also seems impossible. Big changes are possible for you. I'm living proof of this. My life has changed unrecognizably for the better in the last year, and I am so grateful for that. But big change, including the change that I've gone through, it feels impossible at the beginning. I can't believe, and I wouldn't have believed at the start of this, that this would be where my life was now. The point is that you need to trick yourself into believing that these big changes are possible for you, and that starts with deluding yourself a little bit. People talk about this particularly in terms of vision boards, right? Which is another thing that a lot of people do around this time of year. I myself have done one. I have never actually done one before, so this is going to be a bit of an experiment for me. I watched a really useful video on Lauren Camille's channel, which I will link in the description below, the video that I'm talking about, and in it she says when you're creating your vision board, If there isn't something on it that scares you, you need to go back and revisit your vision board. Your vision board should be ambitious, and you should really be thinking about big things that you want to achieve. There should be some things on there that you're like, oh my gosh, am I gonna be able to do that? That seems a bit out of my reach. But that is just one example of being delusional. You need to be like, I really want this. It may seem impossible, but you need to think, I really want this and I'm gonna go after it. And at the beginning, that does require some level of delusion, but you will eventually get there. For me, I find that level of delusion that is needed is not possible if I realize that I'm deluding myself. This is where it's gonna get a bit weird. But basically, if we're talking about upgrading yourself, if I'm viewing it with that mindset of I need to upgrade myself, I am not good enough as I am, it's like I've become aware of the fact that I need to delude myself to get better. Whereas if we focus from a more love-based, like positive abundance mindset, I'm then thinking, oh, I'm happy, you know, I'm good as I am now, I'm good enough, I am enough. But I also have these big dreams, whether it's I want to look a certain way, or I don't know, whatever goals you have that you've put on your vision board. I find that if it's coming from that abundance mindset rather than like the scarcity one of I need to upgrade myself, I'm not good enough, then I'm just more likely to feel like I can go after those goals. And I know you might be thinking when we're talking about this, like, surely it's basically the same thing. You're talking about upgrading yourself, and I know it's a really subtle difference, but it's just like a perspective shift. It's a mindset shift, but I think it does make such a big difference. If I'm starting from a place of I'm not good enough, I need to upgrade, it's going to be an uphill battle for me. So instead, I just like to focus on believing in myself, cheerleading myself, instead of viewing anything that I do in order to achieve those goals as a part of upgrading myself. I would love to know your thoughts on this. Have you seen these upgrade yourself videos? What's your opinion on this? Please leave your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to start a discussion about this. Okay, so let's apply this to a specific situation just so I can give you a clearer idea of what I mean. Earlier, we talked about the example of changing your body somehow. That's often an upgrade people want, whether it's I want to lose weight or I want to tone up. To me, looking at this from an upgrade mindset, I'm immediately like, I'm not good enough as I am now. And because that's a fear-based mindset, I'm not good enough as I am now and something needs to change, that's not going to help me achieve my goals, whether it's I want to lose weight, tone up, lift heavier, run more, go to the gym, whatever, do a class. To me, I'm not getting that inspiration and that I can do it, I believe in myself feeling from thinking that my body is something that I need to upgrade. However, if I switch that up and start thinking I'm so grateful for everything that my body does for me, but I would also like to change some things, that's a more love-based mindset. And from there, I can say, yes, I want to change my body, I want to be healthier, I want to lose weight, whatever the goal might be. Do you see the really subtle difference? To me, it's about intention and it's about your mindset. I find when I act from a place of love and grace, I'm able to far more quickly achieve my dreams, and it's also a more pleasant experience. With an upgrade mindset, any mistake, any slip up, anything that doesn't align with your prescribed upgrade is going to feel like a failure. It's going to feel like a step back. And it just ends up being this negative cycle that I don't want to get involved in. It's going to make me blame myself, right, for not trying hard enough, for failing in the first place. It's going to take me out of the delusion needed to achieve that goal, and it's just going to be like, why did you think you could change in the first place? Why did you think you were worthy of this or deserved this? Whereas with a more acceptance, abundant and graceful mindset, any slip up, any failure, anything where maybe you've set a rule of how many times you want to go to the gym or how much you want to run, or if you don't achieve those things, with a more love-based mindset, you'll be like, okay, what can I learn from this? Like, these things with a more love-based mindset, they are not things that are there to make you feel bad or make you feel like you failed. They're lessons that you can learn from, and they can help you move forward. And you're always moving forward. Time only goes one way. But the perspective shift means that basically whatever happens, you can be grateful for it. So whatever happens now in my life, whether it's academic stuff or stuff with my family, stuff with my mental health, anything that when it starts going wrong, I don't view it as a failure. I view it as something to learn from. And just that small perspective shift serves me better in the long run. It makes everything a more pleasant experience. I'm not beating myself up all the time. I'm having compassion. It's still enabling me to achieve my goals because I'm analysing what's going on as it's happening. I'm not just like, oh, everything is lovely and floating along, like I'm so positive, everything happens for a reason, blah, blah, blah. Yes, it does, but I don't want to get caught up in that either. I think that can also be harmful, that toxic positivity, but I don't want to really talk about that. It's a whole other minefield. Not calling it failure and just trying to learn from something. The perspective shift means that you see everything as an opportunity to learn. And this, I have found, is a far more pleasant and effective way of reaching your goals than a fear-based mindset or a mindset of I need to do better, I'm not good enough, I need to upgrade. Now, we've kind of already gone into what I recommend over upgrading yourself, because you might be like, fine, if you're not going to call it upgrading yourself, what do you say? What do you recommend? I still want to make these changes. I'm basically advocating for a mindset shift, a mindset of I'm good enough, I love myself, and an abundance mindset rather than a fear-based scarcity mindset. How do you do this? This is the thing. It will take time, but it's something that you can do straight away just by doing little things. Gratitude lists, trying to stay in the moment, journaling is really effective, witnessing your emotions, you know, mindfulness, meditation. They're probably all things that you're familiar with already, and you might be like, really? I don't want to have to deal with any of that. Like, does it actually work? I don't want to have to try that. It's not really my style. I thought all of these things too, but here I am a year on from the worst year of my life, basically, and there has been a huge perspective shift. I want to just show you that it's possible for you to have this mindset shift as well. It will just take some time. You are not some robot who needs upgrading. You are perfect as you are. You are good enough. You are enough. There are still ways to make changes, just don't view it as an upgrade. I feel like that's an unhelpful mindset to have. So just think about the things that we've talked about in this video. If you want to explore this a bit further, I talk more about this stuff in this video, why it's important to focus on the little things. God bless, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.